Hello, welcome back to volume part 2. Last time we left off with volume of a liquid. Now we will look at the volume of a regular shaped solid. A regular shaped solid is a solid that is easily measured. Example, a cube, a prism, or a cylinder even. In order to measure a regular solid, you can use a ruler to measure the sides. For a rectangular prism or cube, use the following formula. Volume equals length times width times height. And the unit for that would be in centimeters cube. Let's see an example. Here's a prism, a rectangular prism, with different sizes. 2 centimeters on one side, 3 centimeters for the height, 5 centimeters for the length. So you simply multiply all 3 sides, and that will give you the volume. You try. That's right, 30 centimeters cube. And I want you to pay attention that centimeters is cube and not square. Because look, we are multiplying centimeters 3 times. There you go. What happens in the case of an object that doesn't have a shape that is easy to measure, such as a nail, a penny, an eraser, or a paper clip? In that case, you'll need a graduated cylinder or an overflow can. But the graduated cylinder is the most common instrument to be used in this case. Here is the water displacement method. Did you ever do this? Try sitting in a bathtub filled with water. Instinctively, we never fill it to the top because what would happen is if you sit in it, all of the water will come out and make a big mess. So instinctively, you put less water in the bathtub. Well, the water displacement method is the same idea. You will fill out a graduated cylinder with, say, 30 milliliters of water. You will add the object and watch the water rise. The difference in the volume is the volume of the object. So you have to fill the graduated cylinder. I wrote the example here of 20 milliliters, but it could be really any 30, 40 milliliters. Place the solid into the cylinder and read the new volume. Subtract the first reading from the second reading. The difference is the object's volume. Here's an example. We place 30 milliliters of water in a graduated cylinder. We added a rock that is irregularly shaped, and the water rose to 40 milliliters. So the rock occupies space. Since the water went up, it occupied, how much do you think? That's correct. 40 minus 30, 10 milliliters. You will try this in the classroom. Here is the overflow can. In this case, you have 2 containers. You have a container, a can, that has a small opening, and that is at the bottom of the opening, you have a beaker or graduated cylinder to measure the water that came out of the spout. You will fill up the can to the maximum to where the hole is, put the object in, and whatever water rises will go into the spout and then into the beaker. measuring the volume. And that's what the description says here. Fill up the overflow can until the water's overflowing. Place the object in the can. Collect the water that overflows and measure its volume. Usually we use this can for even larger items that don't fit in a graduated cylinder. And here's a small activity you will do in class. And voila!